welcome to Chakra Savvy. Formerly Jess on the Mountain, I'm Jessica Goulding. And this podcast episode is a little late, a day late, because yesterday I was with Javia at the acupuncture. She's my second child, my younger daughter. I have a son and a daughter. And she had an acupuncture appointment when I usually do my recordings. So I thought, well, I'll just have to do it the next day. This is life. And so as she's laying in there in the acupuncture and she's got the needles in her and everything, I was just like really struck in the moment of quiet when she's completely there, and just the amount of trust that she's putting in so many things for this to take effect. She's trusting me that I'm not taking her to do anything harmful, but she's also trusting her body to pick up on this, to heal what she's there to heal just by using this ancient wisdom, which she's trusting. And she's trusting the process. She trusted so much she fell asleep. Those of you who do acupuncture, I'm sure you know what that's about. But I'm thinking a lot about trust these days because we are going through a transition here again in my house. Last year, what I did during this time of transition is I took maternity leave. So my son, Nate, graduated from high school last year in May, but I felt the mourning begin kind of around this time, kind of February, March, kind of realizing, whoa, we're transitioning to something different. And I needed kind of all my emotional bandwidth to do it. So I stopped recording podcasts. That's about the time. If you look back, I just kind of said, you know what? I need to focus on this. This year, I don't think I need to do that, but I am going to honor that it's happening again, that I am starting to mourn, it's easier for me to come to tears because now Javia is graduating. So yes, 2 years in a row, sending kids out of the nest. And that is it for us, for having kids under our roof or transitioning to empty nesters. I'm sure there's a lot of you out there who have gone through this, or you're anticipating it, or maybe you're right smack in the middle of it. I did not anticipate it affecting me this much. I'm not a cold-hearted person, but I'm also, pretty rational, and I like to think, I think through things, but you can't always feel through things. I've discovered you can't anticipate your feelings. Maybe I should say. So as my daughter yesterday, now everything we do, of course, is sweet and important. Everything matters. I even just wanted to go with her so that we could be in that hour car ride together, an hour because of Austin traffic. It's not that far away. Just happened to be there. But I didn't mind because we're visiting. But so she's laying there in deep trust, and I'm realizing I have to trust what's next for her. I have to trust that also what's next for me is fine. It's ready. It's available. I don't know what the next 20 years is going to look like. This year is an end of 20 years. I've literally been teaching for 20 years of yoga because I started when I was pregnant with Nate, and he's turning 20. So this is 20 years before that. I was dancing. So there's 20 years of dancing, 20 years of teaching yoga with kids. And now we're transitioning into 20 years of, I don't know. There's no template for me for this. And so I'm trying to take a cue off my daughter and trust that her leaving, going off to study nursing in Iowa is right for her. And if not, I trust that she will change and let it be what it needs to be. And I have to trust that I have it in me, and my husband and I are going to be fine. We know this, but it's a big shift. So when this happens, sometimes I like to look back at the teachings. That's where I always turn. I might not have a template, or we might not all have templates for what's happening next in life. Like we don't have a blueprint, but this is why I love the chakras, because it's a framework. And so if I'm feeling anxious or like, I don't know what to anticipate, and the word trust is coming to me, first I trust that, but then it makes me go, okay, well, that's chakra one. Chakra one is what we facilitate, or is what we cultivate in chakra one is trust. And so I went back to see what I said about that in Chakra Savvy Reset Your Life Game Plan. as you know, that course was an opportunity during COVID to put everything out there as I felt like it was and had digested it at the time through each of the chakras, that it really, there's a framework that you can look at over the course of your life. And there it is. It is in the chakras. So whatever your blueprint, template, any of that is turning into, you have the chakras. So we go to chakra 1 with trust. Trust is a chakra 1 thing. Ready to align your life with your highest intention? Join the Chakra Savvy community for Savvy Intentions, a free new moon intention setting meetup held online every month. Each session focuses on one chakra at a time, embracing the wisdom of the chakra system to guide your intentions and transform your life. This 1-hour online circle is your opportunity to connect with like-hearted souls who love yoga, chakras, and intentional living. Together, we'll harness the power of the new moon, the perfect time to set intentions and plant seeds for growth. Sign up for free today at jessgoulding.com/chakrasavvy. Let's align, transform, and thrive. One new moon and chakra at a time. That's jessgoulding.com/chakrasavvy. I'd like to read to you a little bit from Eastern Body, Western Mind. This is what I base my class in the program. I teach a Hatha flow about trust. And so this is from page 67 of Eastern Body, Western Mind. And I read a lot from Anandaya Judith as well as other authors and wisdom teachers from different traditions throughout the course. But this one just helped me today. And so I thought maybe it would help you. So I invite you to just take a deep breath, get into your body where you could listen. Trust or mistrust is the basic element of your first chakra program, which is a foundation for all the other programs that follow. Trust enables your body to unfold from its cramped position, allows security and calm, encourages connection, bonding, and exploration. With trust, the survival instinct is satisfied, and there is a sense of emotional well-being. So I'll just end there. To trust, it satisfies the survival instinct, and there's a sense of emotional well-being. You can hear chakra languaging right there. Survival to emotional. Survival is chakra 1. The emotional component is rising up at chakra 2. So we establish trust in chakra 1, and then we have an emotional sense of well-being. So this also points to how one chakra, it supports the other. They're not just individual. They really are a flowing system. So I guess you get to question today, how are you doing with trust? Trust in your template, trust in what's your next step. And we don't know. Often we don't know. And I find that usually people come to yoga in times of transition. And that's just something we do. We seek answers. And in the chakra system, the answers are within you. And in chakra 1, you cultivate trust. So what does that look like for you? I don't know. I know in a relationship, you're supposed to do it in small acts. So if trust is broken in relationship, then you do small acts that rebuild trust, right? You show up consistently over time without interruption, and that builds trust, right? So, it's like with your body isn't a huge fan of your limbs kind of hanging out in space. Like if you're lying on your side, you're doing a side twist, let's say you're doing a reclining twist, and one arm is extended and the opposite knee is across, and that arm is hanging out in the air. Those muscles across your chest are not going to relax. Why? Because they don't trust that the earth is there to hold them. So you put a block or a bolster, something under that arm, so you feel a little bit of stretch, but not like strain. Huge difference there when you're cultivating trust in your body. This is why we bring in a bolster under that arm or a block, so that your body has trust, and now the muscles can relax. The connective tissue can get message from your nervous system that it's fine. It's fine to relax. It's fine to trust. So small acts, little things showing up. You do this in your body by propping, like I said, with stretching, things like that. Feed your body when it's hungry. Show up, right? When we have regularity, it builds trust in our whole system. So sleep goes along with that, right? Sleep patterns. I'm not telling you nothing. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. But if you are in a time of transition, starting at chakra 1 with trust is a beautiful place to go. So we go back, right? It's hard to just sit in prayer land when we're too stressed to show up and feed our bodies. So you want to just make yourself feel safe. And one of those practices can be to literally pause and look around the room and breathe deeply, or look at your hands. You are where your hands are. There's this great quote from Barbara Brown Taylor, and I bring this up in Chakra Savvy, the course as well. But somebody says, if you could be anywhere in the world, where would you be right now or any time? And she looks down at her feet and the ground beneath it, and she says, here, I guess, because this is where I am. So she's trusting that right where she is where she's supposed to be. I think we can kind of get out of the trusting feeling when we try to think we should be somewhere else. But I trust that right now, being with my daughter in every moment possible is what I need to do. I don't need to worry about the next 20 years. I don't need to worry about what it looks like when she's gone. Let's just be here and be present. I have a little gift for you today. I thought this would be fun. I have a Spotify playlist because my flow classes have a playlist that go with them. This one is called Stay Safe. No, it's called Safe Here. Excuse me. This is a playlist that I made on Spotify called Safe Here. And so it's the background of this practice that I do, but maybe you're a yoga teacher and you'd like an inspiring playlist, or maybe you just want to play this while you're doing other things instead of having on the news or, anything. Maybe you just want a background song. Maybe you'd like this for your meditation. I'll link to it in the show notes. It's a public playlist. I'm on Spotify. I'm Jessica Chisholm Goulding. It's called Safe Here. And I just want to tell you about it a little bit. The first piece, I'm not going to tell you about every piece, but the first piece is called Abundance. Okay, so it's just like in chakra 1, when we're opening up to that sense that the universe it has enough. I have enough. There is enough. Because when we don't trust that there's enough, then we're breaching at chakra 1. So abundance. There is enough love. There is enough resources. There is enough time. That's the one that I'm struggling with right now. Is there enough time? Yes. There's an abundant amount of time left with my daughter to feel like she can go. Hard to believe, but I'll trust it. Then there's Cello Yoga is the artist of First Chakra, Root Chakra. And this is just a beautiful cello piece. It's a nice bass tone. So it kind of gets you in the lower vibrations, the lower frequencies of First Chakra. The third song is called Apana. So Apana Vayu is the downward flow of energy in your body. So we have prana, which rises, apana, which goes down and out. And when we're getting into chakra 1 in a sense of embodiment and deep safety, we want apana vayu. So you want to do things like pull your knees into your chest. You want to stretch your legs. You want to do forward folds. This all helps with apana vayu, with downward, so we can get into chakra 1 trust. And then I go up to the upper chakras a little bit. Om Namah Shivaya. This is a mantra sung that is essentially saying, I'm open to the light. So this is a way to trust that universe provides, again, but also that there is light, that no matter what the next step is, there will be light there. I trust the light of the divine that is in me, and that is a reflection in my life, and it is a spotlight on my path. And it goes on from there. There's also Santosha, contentment. If you're content in the moment, then there's some building trust there. You're not grasping for other things. You're not experiencing aversion to what is. You are trusting in that Santosha, which is contentment. And then beautiful chorus. I mean, if you know this group, you love them too, I'm sure. This is their piece called I Am Safe. That's the last piece on this playlist. So again, I'll link to it in the show notes, but I encourage you, if you want, to go listen to it, play it, download it, all the things. But whatever it takes for you to build trust with your life, your body, and where you are right now, because this is where you should be. That's my hope for you this week. Next week, maybe we'll return to our series about change. I'll keep returning to it, but I wanted to just step out for a little bit of a kitchen table talk this week, and I just had to trust that this was right. So may you trust. May you know that where you are is exactly where you should be. May you believe in life's abundance, and may you enjoy Chakra 1. Much love.